All right. Welcome to this live session here with your host, Dre Day FX. So we're going to look at the Forex market and the indices market here, as always, in regards to US 30, S&P 500, and NASDAQ. And we're going to have a look at a few pairs, Euro USD, GBP Euro GBP. So it's already 9:30 here. Hopefully everyone had a great day so far, and we have a few signals here that came in. Those are Renko Bar switches. So we have a sales signal here on S&P 500 in regards to the movement here in the market. So we are looking to go bearish here overall, but hopefully everyone had a great day. So on Fridays, usually what we do here is we're just gonna look at the market. We're gonna see exactly what happened here overall this week. And if you have any questions, this is the best time to do so. And yeah, exactly. You did not trade today. That's great. That is great. So because usually Fridays are not a great day to trade, and especially the last Friday of the year is not a good time to trade. You may have some move here. I'm pretty sure we have a few moves here on the Euro pairs, Euro USD and GP USD in a downtrend, but that was only the few trades that I saw so far. Let me pull up. If we have any news today, I'm pretty sure we have. So at 9:45, we have Chicago PMI. So that will affect the market for sure. We had some Euro news at 3 that did basically tank the market because the actual forecast was 3.2%, where we had 3.1%. So it was lower than what we expected. So that's why it went down. And now for the Chicago PMI, we are looking at the previous was 55.8. The forecast is 50.1. So the news will be in less than 12 to 13 minutes here. So, so we want to make sure that we have at least 50.1 or more. If not, that will be considered as negative news here in the market. So always pull up Forex Factory, guys, especially if you're trading within the session and within the currency that you're trading on. So especially if we're trading, for me personally, I trade Euro, British Pound, and the US dollar. So I want to make sure that I look at the news based off of those three currencies here. All right. It is hard to sit on my hands, especially when I see DAX 30 move as I predicted. Yeah, I know. But it's good to just wait it out and see exactly based on what your analysis, if it makes sense. The market did the exact same thing that you're not predicting, right? When you're a trader, you're trading what you're seeing, right? So what you're seeing was a movement in the downside based off of different type of analysis, and your analysis was correct. So that's how you will have to look at it. All right. But yeah, it's really, especially Fridays, sit on your hands. Just go back to the charts for the week and see exactly what the market did overall, and what opportunities that you may or may not may miss or you took, and see if your analysis was correct or not. So that's Friday is really the best time to reflect on your week and start focusing on your next week. All right, so let's. I'm just going to minimize that and this. All right, so let's look at. Let's see here. I don't have the right thing. Here we go. So let's look at what happened here on Euro USD. So we had a sell set up here at London. So we had two sell setups that hit the TP, basically TP1 more or less, and started to reverse. And just look at GU. Let's look at GU. What you're seeing here is some updates I'm gonna add here eventually here on the indicator. So it's in the work right now. And currently we have GU here selling off beautifully since 8:45. So if you have taken that trade, that's perfect. We were selling off overall for the day. So since this morning. So went down. That's a beautiful trade. Went down, went to 50% of that move, and then started to go down. So that's perfect. Okay, let me look if there's any questions. My expectation on market to reverse was not correct. Got it. That was for DAX 30, right? So yeah, for DAX, yeah, that was the long term projection here. So it was still pushing. So even as US 30 still pushing, even though since last week I was telling you guys that we were expecting to go short. But as you saw, if we put a line here, yeah, it went over the previous down move here. So it's still going up. But that's really like manipulation right now in the market. So that's why take what you can, and then in the higher time frame, just look to see exactly what you're seeing. But right now in the higher time frame, it's still looking bullish. So we're just looking to take buys. So if you have a sell, it makes no sense to take it. Just take buys, and that's what you're seeing here. If there's a few sells that come in, don't take them, because the overall trend in the higher time frame is bullish. So all the bullish movement here that you're seeing on US 30 were winners, and most of them hit TP3. So just straight off of the trend. So always look at the high time frame and scale it from there. All right, so let me start eating my fruits as always. Like I woke up like maybe 30 to 35 minutes ago. So usually Fridays I take more time to sleep. Always good. So is there any, let me pull up, so far there's no signals or anything like that. So we're just gonna wait it out. Just gonna look at the DAX 30 that Leon was talking about. So DAX right here. So Thursday, yeah, Thursday was selling, and then it's starting to push back up. Especially on DAX. DAX, I would highly recommend not to to hold on to trades on DAX, because DAX is not is pretty much the market is really volatile, so it can go up and down really fast. And the reason why I'm saying that is that because you have, if you look at the candlestick, you have a lot of wicks off of the candlesticks. Okay, and as you know, I do not trade off of candlesticks. When you start, you do trade off of candlesticks, but I'm only trading off of movement. Okay, but the candlestick patterns will dictate exactly if the market is volatile or not. So every time that you're seeing like wicks off of candles, that means that the market is really volatile. So if you have like a smooth, if we compare this chart here to, let's say, Euro USD, you see there's less and less wicks on Euro USD compared to DAX. Okay, the reason why is that it's less volatile. Euro USD is less volatile than DAX, so that's just how you could know if that market is volatile or not. I often eat from fruities. Yeah, yeah, fruities. That's good. And usually I do shakes. I'm gonna start to doing shakes here next week, and that will be added to my meal plan. I need to bulk up a little bit more, because with my eye condition and everything, I just switched all of my eating habits. They eliminated some food that were not good for me, and by doing so, I like melted basically. So my I'm really like the the physique that I have right now is basically the physique that I had like when I was in high school. So that's pretty good. But I want to bulk up a little bit more with some muscles. So I'm gonna add a few things here to my meal plan, so I can do that and add some more exercise here, more legs exercise. That's really what I want to to change a little bit. But yeah, so fruits are really good, for sure, for sure, for sure. All right, so we did had a switch red here on US 30, SSP 500. Sorry, was it SSP 500? Yes, SSP 500 was switch red, but now it's pushing. And as I always say, do not trade Fridays. You're going to get wrecked on Fridays. So we're pretty much looking at markets here for now. Not for now, for the rest of the session for today. And if you have anything that you want me to go back to, or if you have any questions, this is the time to do so. So let's see. So it's 9:45. So let's see. I'm just gonna pull up one market here. US 30. And let's see what it will do. like I said, we do have some news coming out. So this is a news candle, 9:45. Let me pull up Forex Factory in the back end and see exactly what is the news. So as expected, we had bad news here on Chicago PMI. So it's 46.9. We were expected 50.1. Last month it was 55.8. So it's a down. It's pretty. We're expecting to have a down result, but not that down. So it's like almost 4 points less than what we were expecting. So we have sell signal here on Nasdaq. So let me pull up Nasdaq. Usually Nasdaq for Chicago PMI is let me check. Yeah, so usually Nasdaq will move first, especially on news events. So take a note of that. But now we have a sell on Nasdaq. We'll see exactly if it's gonna continue down, because if you look at the EMAs, we don't have any indication that the EMAs are going down. So unless those will continue to cross and going down, that will confirm our downtrend. Even in the back end, we have the Renkos saying that it's selling, but we still have to wait. Let's say we were taking a trade, we have to wait until the actual news event is closed. So at least 15 minutes after the news event. So I would say around 10:15. This is where you should start taking your position and trade what you're seeing, right? Always trade what you're seeing. So we're going to see exactly if within the next 30 minutes what the market will tell us, if it's going to continue down, and this candle will confirm exactly what he wants to do. So if it closed down under this previous candle that was pushing up before news, we know that it's going to go in downtrend. But if it's doing a wick and going up, that means that we're still going in uptrend. Okay. And the reason why you don't see this signal anymore, because it's not aligned with the movement in the market. So there's a few rules in the back end for the signals to trigger. So you may still see the signal there, and then it's gonna get off, and especially on news, you're gonna see that will occur. Okay, so that's why we have to wait out to see exactly if that signal was actually a good signal here to take based off of market movement. I added hemp protein powder into the smoothie. Okay, hemp. Okay, nice. Hemp protein. Yeah, that's good. That is good. Yeah, I added the. I took hemp before, but I'll see exactly what I will add to the smoothie. But thanks for the suggestion. I will take note. But like I said, Nasdaq, and I'm pretty sure most of the indices here are doing the same. We have US 30 here that is pushing down, and SSP 500. Let's see. So now SSP 500 is giving us a sell signal, but like I said, we have to wait it out. Even though we're not trading today, we're just waiting out to see exactly what the market will give us. Let's see. Let's see what it will do. Right now, we are seeing that it's pushing right now. Nasdaq is pushing. So we're expecting to have bullish here overall in the other two indices here. If that candle close bullish, okay, so we have to wait until that candle close, because it's still doing a wick. We had a big wick in the downside, so usually when it does that, it's taking out liquidity that was in the downside and trapping people uh, that were going short. Okay, and it may start to go up because it may start to trap people that were going long, and then start to go down after that. That's why you have to wait until the news event is completed and then take your position. Do not be surprised to see all indices on 2nd January to go bearish. Yeah, especially on that day, there's really no news, nothing. It's one rare intense rare situation that there's no news on the second. If you go back, if you look at the Forex Factory, there's really no news on the second. So it's going to be interesting to see, especially after that. On Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we have a lot of news that will dictate exactly what the next few weeks or maybe few months will have in the indices and even on in the market in general. So we'll see about that. Would I recommend to trade next week? You could, yes. Just avoid uh, any news event. So, like I said, next week you have Monday that is the market is closed because it's New Year's. It's New Year's, and then let me pull up Forex Factory and tell exactly which date I would trade. So January 2nd, so Tuesday. That's a good day. Then you have Thursday, uh, Wednesday. Sorry. So Wednesday, let me check. You have U.S. News. So you have FOMC on Wednesday. A lot of FOMC news, meeting and everything like that. Starting at 8:30. So if you're trading like Euro USD or GBP USD, I would trade it at London. Okay. But at New York, I would sit on my hands. So 8:30, you have news at 8:30, 10, and at 2. Okay. So pretty much all day, all day. Then Thursday, you have Euro news all day. German primary CPI for Germany. So if you're trading DAX, don't trade DAX on Thursday or any Euro pairs. And then at 8:15, you have you have unemployment claim and non-farm employment change at 8:15 and 8:30. Okay, and then Friday, that's going to be a big day. So you have GBP news, Euro news at near the end of London session. So at 4:30 and 5, and then New York, you have a lot of news here. You have non-farm employment change, unemployment rates, and you have PMI and FOMC. So in the afternoon. So pretty much, I would say Tuesday all day, and then Wednesday morning, and after that, I would sit out of the market. Okay. Signal gives always correct setup. Oh, nice. Okay, so you said the EMX verify always give correct setup. That's great. So better to avoid trading first week of the month of the year. Exactly. That's why I say I start trading the second week. So on the 8th, so the 8th of January, January 8th, that will be basically the first day of trading for the year. Okay. So the last week of December, the first week of January are weeks that I would avoid trading. Okay. But you do have some opportunities to take trades. Like I said, unless there's no news on that day, don't take a trade. Okay. But next week, let's say you have the itch to trade, you could trade on Tuesday and Wednesday morning, Wednesday London, and then you could stop. So hopefully that you could take notes here for next year, so you know exactly what to do, and you're gonna avoid any losses. Because I'm pretty sure that if you took trades this week, most of your trades were not that great, right? The reason why is that there was not a lot of volatility in the market. All the whales, like I was saying, are not in the market. They're taking a vacation. They're with their family. They're enjoying life. So they're not thinking of trading. They're gonna start taking trade after they finish enjoying themselves. So that will be starting on the 8th. And usually they're gonna start mid month. So it'll be around the 15th. So usually around the 15th, 10th to the 15th, you're gonna start you're gonna see that the market will move more than the last week and first week of January. Yeah, sure. I have my trading journal in the Excel table for every week for the whole year. Okay, nice. Exactly. Yeah, usually I do that too, but this year, fortunately, because of my eye condition, I was not able to do anything in regards to like taking notes and everything like that. Because usually I take notes. I do my COT for the year, like every week I do it, and basically I have the logs for the last 5 years since 2018 that I started COT. So 5 years of data, so I pretty know exactly what to expect. But this year I didn't do anything because of my condition. So eventually I will start back doing COT. And even though I'm not, like, let's say my eyes are 100%, I have to go back to 2023 and do the COT for the year and look at the charts and see exactly, okay, COT said this, what happened exactly on that week, and so on and so forth. So that way you can have a log of exactly what happened overall. Let's see. So we have a sell on NASDAQ right now. So we do have a sell signal. So like I said, you have to wait until that news candle close and then to see exactly where the market wants to go. Okay. So even though it's giving me a sell right now, I'm just gonna wait it out. If let's say I would trade that indices right now, I would wait out to see exactly where this candle will close. Okay, because we still have a wick here, but this looks like a hammer right now, so it could be a reversal. So we're just gonna wait and see what it's gonna what's gonna happen here right there, and what the moving averages will give us, and especially the Renko. The Renko is giving us a sell, so it's aligning with everything that we're seeing right now. But I want to wait at least, I would say, like at least 8 to 9 minutes, and take a decision here on when we want to get in. So this is how you would trade the news. But let's wait. Yeah, that DAX trade is looking good. Should go on TP. It's going to go on TP2. TP1 was really not that far, but TP2 is looking good. So same thing for US 30 and SSP 500. SSP 500 is looking to go bullish based off of that pattern right now. But like I said, we have to wait and see what it will do. All right. So far we have a sell on NASDAQ. That seems to be confirmed. But like I said, we're going to wait out and see how the close of that candle will do. And in regards to the Forex pairs starting to reverse and shooting up. Now we have a buy set up here on S&P 500. So it may confirm that this candle will start to go up. And like you see, there's a lot of wicks here, guys, right? Why there's a lot of wicks? Because there's not a lot of volumes here in the market, especially here. So now it's pushing. There you go. So it is pushing. We're not seeing that signal anymore. Why? Because it's not confirming that candle was not confirming that it's going down. So it was a fake out move. And the EMAs never showed us that it was going bearish anymore, it was going bullish. So now it's pushing. There you go. So S&P 500 was giving us an indication that the market was still pushing here in the uptrend. So that was manipulation going down to confirm that we're looking to go down based off of news, but still pushing the market. So that means that the US 30 will do the same. So it will go up. All right. So is there any questions or any markets you want me to look at? Just put them in the chat. I will take the time to look at it. Euro GBP buy setup 15 minutes. Yeah. I think we were looking at it earlier, but I'm just going to pull it up here. Euro GBP. We have a buy setup. Yeah, but right now, still seems to still be bearish here. Just this candle here is not giving us some confirmation, but it may go to this region here and start to bounce back and go up. So we could wait and see. So you do have like the prices of where, if you, let's say you were late to the late when the signal came in, you see exactly the price that you're expected to get in. Okay, so if the price goes back to that region and you see that it makes sense to take it, you could take the trade too. Okay, so not only for this setup, but for any setups that you have with the indicator. So you don't need to be actually at the same time of the signal and take the trade. You just take a decision here based off of the entry price and the actual zones that you see at the top or bottom if it's a sell. Okay. So let's say you had that signal for a sell, but you were right here. like your entry point should be around this price. So if it's not going back to that price, don't take the trade. Because if you're just taking the trade just to take the trade, you're going to be losing, right? So you have to take in account about your own judgment here and how you look at the market and if it makes sense to take it or not. So sell SSP 500 again. So now we have a sell on SSP 500. Let me pull it back. So that means that now we have a wick. You see? You see exactly what I was saying, guys? That's why you have to wait out news. Now it should start to go down. Why? Because you're gonna see you're seeing the way that the moving averages are made, and it's pushing down the price. So it may continue down here for the next for the end of New York session. So this is the 10 a.m. candle. That was a 9:45 candle. And that's why I say to wait out until at least 30 minutes after the news event to see exactly where they want to go, because they're gonna fake you out like that. Let's say people were getting in at 9:30 and then they were in those type of movements. That will be stressful, right? But that's why you have to wait. You have to wait, especially in news. Do not take any signals when news events are on, because you it may or may not be there anymore, and that's exactly what's happening right now. So we'll have to wait until the actual candles are giving us a concrete directional bias, so we could take the position on that direction. Um, exactly. So price action did not cross 0.78700. Yeah, so we're gonna pull up ROGBP again. Yeah, that's where we're at right now. Mm. What pair would you recommend to trade next week? Um, Basically, the best thing to do is first you have to look at news. Okay, so no, first of all, no. The first thing that you need to look at is your COT. So you have to do your COT for all of the currencies. Okay, so if you're gonna be broad, do the COT for all of the currencies. That's exactly what I was doing before. So I was doing all of the currencies and looking at what was moving the most, focus on those, and then afterwards, by elimination, I go to Forex Factory, look at the news events for the week. If there's any news, red folders that will affect the market, I won't trade that pair. Okay. For example, next week we have USD, USD news, we have Euro news, and we have British pound news. So on the days that you have the news, you do not trade the pair or the currency. Okay. And if you want to be safe, don't trade Euro, don't trade US, and don't trade British pound next week. Don't trade anything else. So if you want to trade CAD, you could do that. If you want to trade yen, you could do that. If you want to trade the Australian dollar, you could do that. If you want to trade Swiss franc, you could do that. If you want to trade only indices, you can do that. Unless if you're trading DAX, we have news next week for that for German on Wednesday. So as long as news will not affect the market that you're trading on, you could trade that currency pair or that index. Okay, so that's how you want to look at it. Like personally, I trade. I don't have like a pair that I like. I trade any type of market as long as I have the data to back it, like basically an edge in the market. And when you have an edge and you know more or less what you're expecting to get for that pair or that indice, you take the trade based off of that. So my this is the long answer, but my short answer is that you trade whatever the market gives you, and that makes sense based off of COT. I always focus on COT. I always start with my fundamentals. Always. Renko color chains, sell Nasdaq. All right. So now Nasdaq is selling right now. So we do have this is a confirmation of an actual pattern here. Okay. So wicked out. Now it's going down. So we may start to go down here. Okay. But be careful because we do have a big wick here. So my target will be only this zone. And if it pass that zone, that means that we're going to start to sell off. Same thing for SSB 500, giving us a downtrend pattern. But it may start to go up because we do have a zone here that it could bounce off of to go long. So, and US 30 still bearish here. So we had some buying pressure, but it's still going down. Do you trade all year? Which are the most recommended period to trade? Okay. Good question. Do I trade all year? Yes, I do. Okay. As long as I have the data to back the information that I'm seeing on the chart, I'm able to take the trade. So the only time that I do not trade or do not take a position will be when there's bank holidays. So I do not trade bank holidays because it says it's a bank holiday, so no market will move at all. And the last week of December and the first week of January. So for the rest, I will take a trade. I'm not forcing a trade. I'm taking a trade based off of my analysis, right? So So yes, I do trade most of the year. Even in summertime, I do trade. So unless there's no there's a bank holiday. So let's say in the U.S. we have the you have in summertime you have Independence Day, and the Independence maybe the Independence Week. Um, I would be out of the market. That would be the only time, other than the last week of December and first week of January. So I would say like Independence Week and any bank holiday that affects the U.S. or any other currency. I would like to have two profitable trades set up per week. Yeah, that's probably yeah, that's feasible. That's two set up per week. That's feasible for sure. I will wait for indices to reverse and then take trades. Okay, got it. Do not like consolidation. Yeah, no one like consolidation for sure. Do not trade in consolidation zone. So um, that's great. Could we comment in the future on COT and pair selection for the week? Could we comment in the future on COT? What do you mean if you could comment on COT? You talking about on like lives like this, or if you want, you could send me a message on Telegram, and I will answer you. But yeah, you could comment on COT whenever you want. So that's perfect. Let me check. If you send me good. Okay. Well, futures are big movers. Let me check. Won't be long, guys. I'm just gonna have to zoom in. Okay, nice. So all futures are big movers, so that means that you're gonna have some high probability trades that will be available for you. That's perfectly on. I will prepare COT for every week to prepare trading pairs for every week. Yeah, exactly. So that's a good exercise to do. You have to do COT for all of the currencies, like all of them. So that'll be Australian dollar, US, CAD, yen, British pound, euro, Swiss franc, and you could add NZD, New Zealand dollar. So basically, you have eight currencies. Okay, got it. Yeah, I saw it. Thanks. Fortunately, it's too small for me to see. So Bear with me. I have to like zoom in so I could see clearly. Let's see. Yeah, exactly. So that's yeah, like I said, odd, euro, British pound, CAD, CHF, yen, NZD, and USD. So those are the main currencies that you could trade on. So and CHF. So you just have to do the cross with the futures data. And I see that you have YM and Q and crude oil and gold. Yeah. So yeah. So always focus on those, and you're good. All are big movers. Yeah, analyze indices too. It's really simple to do. So indices, you have Nasdaq, you have US 30, you have S&P 500. You can even do COT for gold, crude oil. It's be the same. And what else? And you have energy too, commodities. So all of the data here are available here on the bar chart website. So if you don't know how to do it, make sure to look at my video on my YouTube channel. There's a video explaining you what COT is and how to do it. And it's really simple to do. If you love to do fundamental analysis, it's really the best thing to do here. But yeah, always start the year looking at the data. And I would tell you, if you didn't do it for 2023 for all year, go back to January, or basically you have to look at to do the first week of January. You have to look at the last 2 weeks of December of the previous year. So if you start from 2023 to start the COT for 2023, you have to look at the last weeks of December 2022 to start to do the COT for the first week of 2023, and you go from there. Okay. So always start from the last 2 weeks of December. So basically, this week that is closing is going to give us the first week data for COT for 2024. So the last 2 weeks of 2023 will give us the first week of 2024 for this COT. All right. So it's 10:20. Let's see what's going on in the market and what they want to do. So still undecided here. So we have a lot of wicks in the market, especially for Nasdaq. Uh, S&P 500 here is starting to go up, and that's the reason why, guys, I do not trade Fridays and I do not trade news. Okay, because this movement here, right here, those are considered as trap move. So they're trapping people in the market. It's still undecided. So let's say you were bullish, you would be in a bullish trade for at least an hour and a half, and still don't know exactly if it's going to go down or up. Same thing if you sell, you still don't know exactly if it's going to go up or down. So that's why you get out of the market here before news event, because it could go and look for your stop loss, because they know in average where people will put their stop loss, and that's what they're doing. They're trying to trap people and hit stop loss back and forth, back and forth. Hope that was clear for everyone. So always look at the futures market on for all currencies, and then you add them up. You add the crosses. So that's what is Forex. So it's a currency against another currency. So you know exactly which one to look at. Mhm. All right, so now Nasdaq is crashing. There you go. So we have our confirmation here. Okay, so it took us at least an hour and a half or 45 minutes here that for the market to decide exactly where they wanted to go. Same thing for SSP 500. Now we have to look for US 30 here to see if it wants to go down. But that's a confirmation here that this trade here is valid here for, and that signal here is valid for a sell. Okay, so it took us 45 minutes here to have a decision. Same thing here. All right. So now US 30 is following SSP 500 and NASDAQ. So it's starting to go down. So that is a beautiful setup here. And that's why you have to sit on your hands and just look to see exactly what the market is telling you. Okay. And what to expect when you're trading off of news. And when to get in. Okay. You don't get in the market at 9:45 when the news hits. You have to at least you have to wait at least 30 to 45 minutes before taking a decision. And this is, and now is the time to take a decision if you want to take the trade or not, because this is prime a prime example exactly of what I was saying. Right. All right. So final round of questions, and we will close it out. And you could continue monitoring those setups here to see exactly if the market will continue going in the downside. But I'm pretty sure it will, because that was our overall bias here for the day in regards to the indices, is to go in the bearish movement here. But if you have any questions, guys, this is the time, because we're going to close it out in a couple of minutes. And make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. We always do live sessions here during the weekdays. So remember, Monday, January 1st, there won't be a live because the markets are closed and it's New Year's. So I won't be doing lives. So we'll be back here on the 2nd, so January 2nd, to do lives here for the week, especially for next week. We're going to have a lot of news that will be coming in, and we'll see exactly how the market will react to the news and how the indicator here, EMX AI, will work off of news. That is a pretty good indication here so far in regards to news events. So if you let me know if you have any questions, guys. If not, I will close it out here in about 2 minutes. All right, no problem, Leon. Thank you very much for being on, and hopefully all of the tips and tricks that I gave you will help you out in regards to trading. Yeah, so see you on January 2nd. So we'll be back on the 2nd here, guys. So next week will be 2024. So hopefully everyone will have a great year, and we're still gonna continue doing our lives here and grow together. Okay. So that being said, I wish you a wonderful rest of your day. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your New Year's with your friends and family. And on the 2nd, I will wish you a great year. So peace.